start with a statement from Coach about this week's game against Texas A&M, then open up for questions. Coach, whenever you're ready.
Big game ahead for us with A&M. The standings, the race is kind of really jumbled up. I told you all before, I don't know if anybody be able to get separation. Maybe we could have, had we pulled on the unimaginable against South Carolina to try to create some separation. But like I mentioned, the SEC is going to go all the way to the end as far as standings are concerned, and this is a big game for us. This is a big game for Texas A&M, and our focus can. Luckily for us, with one game this week, our focus could be solely on them and preparing for them. When I really think about it, like I can't believe we have I think it's 7 more games, and then we'll do 3 in a week. So we play this one, and we have 3 next week. So it's coming down to the end. So this is the fun time, and luckily we get to play this game at home, and our focus is to protect home court.
It was a 3-point game, I think, midway through the second quarter at South Carolina. I think it's still single digits at halftime.
Yeah.
What do you take out of the way you guys started that game going forward?
Well, I thought we had a great game plan. I thought we were prepared, but there are certain things we can't control, man, and that's, the whistle. We can't control that, and I'm not saying the whistle was bad or good. I'm just saying that there were whistles, and so that affected us. And South Carolina is just really strong with their depth. They're like a tsunami wave. They just keep coming, and but. Like you said, I thought there was some good things that came out, cats. Like our freshmen got some playing time in an environment like that you can't recreate. Even if we sell out, it won't be as many people that we played in front of that were there, and it gave us more like a tournament feel, SEC tournament, NCAA tournament, going to Sweet 16, that type feel. So at least a lot of our players would be able to say they've played in an environment like that.
Yeah, you were asked, or you mentioned it in the post game, but turnovers have kind of become an issue. From the coach's perspective, what have you seen maybe has been the cause of that to kind of snowball in those games when that happens?
Well, again, just trying to figure out, getting comfortable with not having that floor general out there that makes a difference. But a lot of our turnovers have been like moving screens, travels, stuff that just shows that our players are rushing. So, and then we play Tennessee and we have 7, so it really, for us, it's about playing at our pace, not being sped up, not, trying to move too quick. And for me, my focus is on making sure we don't give up live ball turnovers, because I think it's very hard to score on us in a half court. But if we give you a fast break layup, there's not much we could do. So, turnovers will happen in the game. Our focus will be making sure it's not live ball turnovers.
When players are rushing, what are some of the things that cause that usually?
Sometimes the environment, sometimes having a 6'6" girl sitting in the paint, and you're trying to avoid her. And sometimes just not a lack of focus, because we're working on the skill development. We're in the gym with them. They know what they need to do. It's just, it's a bunch of different things going. And sometimes it's just trying to make a play. I can live with those. I can live with trying to make a play and you overthrow it or whatever the case may be, And I just want to go on record that every time we have a bunch of turnovers, as a staff, we find 4 that are not really turnovers. So in our mind, we're not really turning it over as much as it seems. It was just called that, so we have to live with that. But no, on a serious note, it's just us being sure about what we want to do. and continuing to work on being connected. So those moving screens are, we're coming to set the screen, but we didn't wait on the screen. Or, we didn't set the screen up, so my post player leaned some. And that's stuff that we can avoid, So we're going to just focus on that.
How is Texas A&M going to challenge you?
Texas A&M is just a scrappy team. Coach Joni does a good job with them. They're going to play hard. They have a tremendous amount of talent. They did a good job in the portal, getting a lot of kids that can impact the game. She's known for her defense as well, but has some people that can score on the offensive end. And we're going to have to put 40 minutes together. I don't expect them to quit, whether they're up or down. I expect it to be a dogfight on Thursday.
Carissa in here earlier, and it seems like her improved defenses allow her to get on the floor a little bit more. Just how have you seen her grow, and how much more do you trust her now than you did, I guess, at the start of the year?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you come into our system, it takes about a year to figure out our defensive system. But Carissa has focused on being better, but I'm still challenging her on that end. Like, we want to push her because we love having her on the floor on the offensive end, but on the defensive end, sometimes it has been in the negative. So if we can get her to just continue to work hard at it, our team, the rest of our team is experienced enough to cover for her. But she has to not reach and try to go for a steal. And these are habits that she's developed at her previous school because that's just how they played. Not that it was wrong or right, it's just different. And so I'm glad that she mentioned that because she has to continue to bring it for us on the defensive end and the rebounding end for us to be successful like we want to be, which is having her on the floor.
Any other questions? Great, thanks everyone.
Thanks.